Hey gamers, what's going on? It's Rami here once again bringing you a brand new episode of the ReInstall series. It's been quite a while since the last one, and I apologize for the hiatus. It is summer after all, so things have been hot. Anywho, enough banter, let's get on to it. Back in the last episode, we took a look at one of the better 3D games in the Sonic the Hedgehog series, Sonic Heroes. Now Sonic is all about speed, and so is this next title. It's the final installation in a very well-known racing series. Developed by acclaimed studio Criterion Games, this racer is all about having the freedom of claiming almost every nook and cranny of a large city as your own personal playground. It's all about racing, chasing, and breaking cars, all while doing it in style. This racer is one of the most well-received titles in its genre, and rightfully so. That's right, race fans, I'm talking about BurnOut Paradise, released about 7 years ago. Despite its age, Paradise has yet to be surpassed of its rank as one of the best arcade racers ever made. So, what exactly makes Criterion last big entry into the BurnOut series so great? Let's find out in this brand new episode of ReInstall.
Ready for some takedown action? Let's road rage.
The story of the BurnOut series goes way back to 2001, during the 6th generation. Since then, the series has always focused on high-speed action racing, where players would take control of fictional vehicles and race and bash each other to the finish line. BurnOut Paradise served to be a major step forward in the series, as it took it in an all-new direction, while still finding a way to combine major aspects from its predecessors along with brand new elements. The biggest change that Paradise brought was having the freedom to do as you please, when you please. Before, players had a select number of events put away in different modes, and that was just about it. With Paradise, here are players of the whole fictional world of Paradise City to explore at their own pace, with different events scattered across the map. Instead of starting an event from a menu, you find it, drive up to it, hold down the triggers, and the action gets started from there. This real-time mechanic was well received by the fans, as it brought a new sense of immersion into the game. While Paradise gives players the freedom to do as they please at their own pace, Criterion made sure that the high-speed action that the series was known for wasn't toned down, even when free driving, or as they call it, free burning. Even when exploring the world, players must bob and weave in and out of the city's traffic to avoid crashing into them. But then again, that's what makes BurnOut. Paradise introduced even more beautiful crash scenes thanks to the advancement in hardware. You can see the metal frames of the vehicles bend and crunch as you smash into a civilian car, or more embarrassingly, a wall that you just so happened not to see. Speaking of cars, Paradise gives you quite a variety to choose from, and there's even bikes too. They all look different from each other and are separated into 3 distinct classes: stunt, speed, and aggression. Stunt cars are made for agility, making pulling off stunts, whether big or small, a stylish breeze. Speed cars are, as the name suggests, built for hitting high speeds, especially on straightaways. Aggression cars are the beefier of the bunch, and are meant to make quick work of opposing vehicles by taking them out of commission completely. With these 3 classes, each are better suited to the different events found within the world. While you have traditional point A to point B races, there are also marked man events, which is basically the same as tag, except, this tag is more like tackle football, with metal cars. Yeah, fun. Takedown events are my personal favorite, as it's all about taking down a required number of cars within the time limit. Finally, stunt runs are all about racking up a required number of points within a time limit by doing stuff like jumping off of ramps and even driving backwards. Indeed, there are a number of these events scattered across the map, which is sure to keep you entertained for hours. Unlike your average racer, BurnOut Paradise doesn't make you complete events to buy cars. Instead, cars are gradually awarded to you with the more events you complete. And even when you unlock a new car, you still don't get it instantly. The car is actually released into the open world, and it's your job to hunt it down and take it out. Kind of like a game of cat and mouse. However, there are a few occasions a car will be awarded to you. This happens when you gain a certain number of wins and your license gets an upgrade. BurnOut Paradise really does separate itself from the traditional arcade racer by doing things almost completely differently. But that's what makes it so fun. It's over the top, chaotic, high-speed racing action is what makes it so addicting. There really is no such thing as a dull moment in Paradise City. You'll always find yourself doing something, whether it's exploring the vast world or completing events one after the other. Coming off of the gameplay, Paradise has aged very well in its other categories too. The visuals still look great, even after 7 years, showing the effort of Criterion's attention to detail. The engines of each vehicle sound pretty authentic, and hearing them roar as you careen down that road is just exhilarating. The sounds of screeching tires and, of course, subsequent thuds, cracks, and booms of an epic crash add to the immersion tenfold, especially when you have a good bass system. Paradise's soundtrack mainly consists of a number of real-world rock songs, as well as music from past titles. The track list is really well done, and practically every song is sure to keep your blood pumping as you smash and crash your way to victory. All in all, BurnOut Paradise, despite its age, is still a masterpiece of a racing title. It's not a highly realistic sim like Gran Turismo, and nor is it a full fantasy arcade game like Mario Kart. It's somewhere in between, combining over-the-top fantasy with realistic flair. That's what makes it special, and that's also why it's so unfortunate that there's a good chance it'll never be repeated. About a year after the release of Paradise, the studio was given the duty of developing new titles in the Need for Speed series for a few years. They created two, which were both reboots of past entries, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit and Most Wanted. While both these titles were decent, it was Most Wanted that really became a standout due to its very close resemblance to BurnOut Paradise. It's so similar, it's practically a spiritual successor, with the only difference being that there are licensed cars, cops, and of course less destruction. I've actually put quite a number of hours into Most Wanted, however, I still think Paradise does it better. Criterion pretty much nailed every factor you could want in an arcade racer. It's fast, it's furious, it's just plain crazy. It's not meant to be taken seriously, and that's what makes it so fun. As of today, Criterion is a different studio almost entirely. In 2013, the majority of their staff members were taken away to form a new studio in EA's already vast pool, Ghost Games, whom are once again responsible for the Need for Speed franchise. In addition, Criterion's co-founders have left EA entirely and are focusing on their own new studio. As for the remaining Criterion team, they're currently working on an unnamed title that once again puts focus on vehicles. However, it's not cars this time. With this new IP, one can only hope it'll be as fun and frantic as the BurnOut series of the studio's past. Indeed, BurnOut Paradise really does live up to its name. It's a racer's paradise. With a vast world to explore, dozens of cars to unlock, and a treasure trove of different events to conquer, this racer will keep you on the streets for hours. If this really is the proper final entry into the BurnOut series, one can only say that it definitely went out with a bang. Alright gamers, that brings an end to yet another episode of the ReInstall series. Definitely hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below and tell me what you think, and of course, press that like button. And definitely, just subscribe. Also make sure to check out the past episodes if you haven't already, and hit us up on our website at gamingenthusiast.net, as well as our sister websites, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Enthusiast. Nintendo Enthusiast even has their own YouTube channel with a lot of great content that you should definitely check out. If you want to stay in tune with my own personal escapades, make sure to hit me up on my own YouTube channel, Extreme Azure. Until next time guys, hope you have a great day, and we'll see you later. Until then, keep on gaming!